Over the past few days, I've had a lot of emails coming in to me asking me what I think about the new assault weapons ban that Obama passed through executive order. People are asking me what I think about it and what we should do about it. Well, the first thing we should do is stop trying to portray it as an assault weapons ban passed through executive order, because that is not what it is. It isn't even close to what it is. Trying to portray it as such is basically just dishonest fear-mongering. It's just Obama hating. It's just partisanship that makes us look bad. There is no assault weapons ban passed against AK-47s. AK-47s are now banned from import, but it's not because of an assault weapons ban. It's because of a broader set of sanctions passed against the Russian government, a government that is now actively involved in undermining the freedoms and independence of a sovereign nation through violence and aggression. These sanctions are designed to hit the cronies of Putin, the guys that are taking all the money out of the Russian economy, basically. You got to remember, Russia is a very corrupt economy. It's basically a mafia government. These guys make billions off the state. I mean, they steal from their own country left and right. Putin's building $1 billion palace for himself somewhere. You think he's doing that on a politician's salary? So these sanctions are designed to hurt these people, these cronies, these billionaires, these guys that have all the power. They're trying to hit them where it hurts in their wallets and make them make changes. You can't hurt Russia by going to war with them or actually just sending in troops to fight these little skirmishes with them, because that only hurts the poor people that actually have to join the military. It doesn't hurt these billionaire politicians. So if you ask me what I think about these sanctions, I support them 100%. We can't just sit back and let Russia run roughshod over the rest of the world like bullies. Just let them do whatever they want to do. Let Putin just be crazy and do what he wants to do. We can't allow that. And I don't see it as an infringement on anyone's Second Amendment rights. Just not being able to get a certain gun from a certain manufacturer from a certain country isn't really an infringement on your rights. Now, I'd love to see other people start making AK-47s, and if there's some sort of reason they can't because of, trademarks or copyrights, etc., I'd love them to say, well, Russia has thrown itself out of the world, so now we don't recognize any of their trademarks or copyrights, so anybody can just make them whenever they want. That'd be great. But I don't support buying them from Russia. I don't support giving one more nickel to these guys in Russia. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the administration isn't happy that AK-47s can't come in. I'm sure they probably did a little jig that it just so happens to work out that way. But this wasn't their goal, this wasn't their intent, and I don't think they're going to try to use this for any political gain. I mean, they may, say something at the specific, fundraiser or something. But as far as broad political gain, there's nothing really to be gained by banning AK-47s. Especially not in the way they've done it, by just imposing sanctions on another country that is imposing its will on another free country against that country's wishes. I guess the real test will be when this is over, if Russia ever decides to play nice again and be good guys, if the sanctions lift and then we can buy AK-47s again from Russia, that'll be the real test. Now, if that happens and then the government goes, well, we still don't want you to have AK-47s, well, then that's an assault weapons ban. That's an AK-47 ban. That's a different story, but that isn't what's happening right now. So as much as Obama and him might like the fact that AK-47s can't come in right now, it's part of a much bigger picture, a picture that outweighs your desire to own a specific rifle. So if you want to know what I think about not being able to get AK-47s, well, I have a personal stake in it because I was just getting ready to buy a Vepr and now I can't buy one because prices are going up and availability's gone down. So I'm hurt by this a little bit myself. I don't own an AK-47 and I'd like to get one, but looks like I'm not going to be able to get one right now. But I don't think my desire to own an AK-47 outweighs the big picture here. So I'm willing to do without an AK-47 for now. I'm willing to stand up and do what I think is right. There's plenty of other guns out there I can buy until I can actually get an AK-47. So I'm not going to turn my back on the rest of the world just because I want a specific rifle. I'm not going to start whining and saying, oh, my rights are being violated, when they're not being violated. I don't have any right to own an AK-47 from Russia. So in the end, I support the sanctions. I don't like the fact you can't get AK-47s, but I understand why it is. I wanted to add one little last thing. For those of you that watch the live chats and you know my opinion on relying on foreign sources for firearms and ammunition, you know that I'm going to say, I told you so, told you so. Because I've always said, don't rely on foreign sources for this stuff. Banning the imports of guns and ammo, it isn't the same as doing it for domestic product. It can be done with a stroke of a pen by any president who wants to do it. Doesn't require Congress, etc. It's imports. So don't put yourself in a position where you're depending on a foreign source for your guns and your ammo. Buy domestic stuff whenever you can. Because stuff like this that comes in on a whim can go out on a whim as well.